She
Blue
might be
Stars
joining
was
us here in
not
a
going to
little
be able
bit.
to make it tonight. She was suddenly feeling nausea this evening, and she's not doing so well. This happens sometimes.
With the changes of weather and
Yeah, my sinuses are
blatant giant alcohol addiction of wine.
Wait, what?
I think we're going to start the pub crawl off at the Oleander, which is a wine bar. I think that'll be something.
That's Friday?
Yeah.
So we do need to get there early.
Yeah, we're doing the pub crawl. I'll probably do it from like 4 to 7 or something. I wanted to end a little early. That way, I'm not hungover in the morning.
That I understand.
Oh, I see. You. Day drinking. Yes.
Yeah.
No, 4 to 7. That's perfect because I can then eat dinner, sober up. Like you said, that's a great idea because we got to do the next day.
Drinking on the Strand is fabulous.
We gotta be like movie stars the next day. We gotta get on the
yeah,
things. We can't. Unfortunately, I am not that young to be able to party as hard as I have to the day I have to party beforehand.
Yeah, me either.
And I don't think they really could do it either. I mean, they're unless you're perpetually drunk. I know some guitarists that they only can play drunk and do a show.
I know some actors that they have to be high at Comic-Cons to do anything,
to handle things. That makes sense. There's a lot of energy there.
It is.
Oh, I was like, who was it? The Duke. He drank on set and was pretty much drunk for almost all of his scenes.
My least favorite thing to do is babysit a drunk actor.
Yeah, that's not fun. That's not fun.
Chasing him around the hotel room. I mean, chasing him not the hotel room, chasing him around the hotel.
Yeah. No, you gotta be over here to do the thing. Or don't make an ass of yourself.
They go pee and then or disappear, and then you're going to the bathroom to go check on them, but they've already passed you by. So by the time you get back to where you're supposed to be, they're already there.
Fantastic.
Fun times.
You gotta put a leash on them.
But yeah, if you want to design up those flyers, or I think I gave you the link to that company.
You did give me the link, so
yeah.
Okay.
We will. Hey, Fax, what are you doing this weekend? We can meet up for a couple hours, and I can give you a belated birthday beer, and we can work on some stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down.
Perfect.
Oh shoot! I didn't know we were live on the show. You didn't do your intro.
Oh no! This is a pre-show to allow people to realize we're going live. I mean, we are recording, but this is
we're letting people join in before 8 o'clock hits.
People can meddle in, and if they're here early, then they get to talk to us early. And one day I'll go through all of our
cut
videos.
all of that off.
Yeah.
Tomorrow or whatever.
Yeah, we cut it off before it goes to the podcast stuff. Mostly. This will be live on the YouTubes, however.
So what kind of crazy beer are you going to have today?
I gotta say
early.
No sneak peeks.
I need to go get my drink. You're keeping me from thinking straight. Yeah. Here, I'm gonna put you down. Right back.
How are things coming along with it, and your 5 other projects, and your wedding, and everything?
Things are great. It's I'm great at managing my time, and that's very busy. I think we're 30-something days out from the Steampunk Festival, so of course it's go time, and it's about the time. This time last year, as with any event, a majority of the ticket sales come the month before. People are buying tickets. The tea on the train's almost sold out, so I'm thinking about adding another one. So things are good. Yeah, and then all the other events, and then the wedding at the end of the year. Yeah. I love staying busy.
I would be having a heart attack. I just wouldn't be able to function. All right. Well, it's almost 8 o'clock, so
Wait, we have tickets to tea on the train, right?
I think Blue Stocking bought tea on the train for herself and Matt.
Okay.
I don't know anything about us.
Okay. If not, that's cool. Now that I know that the wife will be showing up, Lex will be joining us, hopefully, with the kiddo. So I'm like,
Brilliant.
I need
Yes,
to
good, excellent.
I know. Be great. Fantastic.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Texas Steampunk Connection coming to you live from various parts of Texas in our bunkers and airships and whatnot. I am Flavio as usual, and with me as always is Thax, the gentleman adventurer, and Jack from Steam Chest. And we have Master Blue Stocking. Say hello, guys.
Hey.
So once again, we are here to talk probably about steampunk, most likely, because that's what this is about. Thank you for listening to the Texas Steampunk Connection.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You've reached the Texas Steampunk Connection again. It is Tuesday night. I am here with Jack and Johnny Steverson, Johnny Starship, if you will. Beth was not able to make it tonight. She's feeling ill. She's come down with something just in the last few hours, but she didn't want to chuck her cookies here live on TV.
We're not that kind of show yet.
We miss you.
But we already have Lawrence and Rita in the chat logs here,
And Kelly.
and Kelly, who I don't think we've heard from before. So, welcome, Kelly. Thank you for joining us.
That's my mom.
Oh, well, hi, Kelly. I'm
Hello,
glad you're
Mom.
here. Thank you for supporting your son, which also helps us. It's great. Yes.
What is going on? It is the middle of February. We have not gotten the potential freeze that might have been coming, that has come in the last few years. I think we're past it.
Oh, now you've ruined us.
Oh, why did you have to go and do that?
I'm
No, I
seeing
think you're right.
budding on the trees. Like my grass is growing out of control.
That is true. That is true. Also, what's interesting is the last couple of years, the polar vortex, the big. All right, here's some science. A big ball of cold air that sits on top of the planet kind of rolls like this, and it kept falling over the United States the last couple of years like this. Well, what's happened now is it's falling over on Russia. Russia is having some of the coldest times it's ever had, ever on recorded history. So, at least when we've been recording history. So that's not great for them. They're going through some political issues and some other things that are making it even more difficult, on top of record freezing and record snow and record winter. So it's possible that we won't get an actually really very cold winter this time because of that. The El Nino has saved us.
I feel like it's not a good idea to bask in the Schadenfreude, because that could just as easily have been us.
Oh, yeah. No, very sure. It was us the last 2-3 years of us getting exceedingly cold weather.
Oh, my trees are confused. They're starting to bud. There's tree pollen all over my car.
Yes.
It's 40-something yesterday, 80-something today. So
It's Texas.
Yep.
Roll the dice.
Good.
Rita says the average last frost was March 12th.
Yep.
So we're still not out of the woods, as
No.
they like to say.
We're in the middle of the woods, and there's no clouds at the moment.
As long as it doesn't freeze over like it did a few years ago, I'll be fine.
Then there was that one year, it was like 2009, 8, something like that, where it snowed in April during all of the blooms of the bluebonnets. I happened to be out of state, living somewhere else for like a 7-month period when that happened. And
I was at a party out in Liberty Hill, and I couldn't go home. Everybody just camped out there for like 2 days. It was a great party.
I'm hoping for cooler weather, but not snow in April. So
yeah, I mean, if it snowed in parts of Texas in April, it would be cooler for the thing.
True.
But we want to make sure that the roads are not bad. That's the key.
Yeah.
But if the snow reached to Corpus Christi and Galveston area, that would be
Wow,
apocalyptic.
You guys have to be able to drive down to do your live show at the Steampunk Festival.
I'm not going to let the weather kick out the fact that I'm going to a steampunk festival and having seafood and great drinks and friends and things going on. I got to buy stuff. That's the weekend. That's the weekend I'm looking forward to. I got entertainment, and I'm part of the entertainment. I am the entertainment. We are the entertainment. And, then there's great books and clothes and objects and drinks and things. So Johnny Stevenson's got and I got to get a picture with a really cool car and, interview some people. So that's the weekend we got planned.
It'll be fun to have you guys on stage doing your show on stage in front of everyone at the Steampunk Festival. It's going to be great.
We hadn't really announced that until now.
That's happening.
The Galveston Steampunk Festival, we are playing a bit of a role in it.
We'll be live.
I mean, we're going to go
and the ankles down.
Anyway. But we're going to be a live broadcast. Well, it's not going to be a live broadcast. It's going to be a recorded broadcast on stage.
That was live with real people, with a live studio audience.
Right. And we'll put it on the internet later after we've done some.
We'll get one of those laugh track button things.
Oh, yeah, I got the whole bit. We're good.
But we will be broadcasting live shorts all through the day.
That's the plan.
Just to let everybody know what they're missing if they're not in Galveston that weekend. It is going to be a hoot. But Johnny is here to tell about the festival, and he's got some other new announcements, I think, that we hadn't heard before. So that's something we've been looking forward to this week.
The countdown.
It's the final countdown.
Yeah. We got to the point where special experiences are starting to sell out. They've almost sold all the tickets to Tea on the Train, Johnny was saying.
Yep.
So don't wait. Don't tune us out, but go on another window.
Dally.
Buy some tickets real quick.
Yeah, there's only a couple of tickets left for the 2 p.m. slot, and there's a few more than that left for the 12 p.m. Tea on the Train experience. And, the cool thing about that is this year we partnered with Virginia Point Inn, who does high tea time at Virginia Point Inn, which is a historic property here in Galveston. And they do it proper with the 3-tiered trays. So, if you go to our website at galvestonsteampunk.com and you go to activities and go to the Tea on the Train, you'll kind of see a picture of what the setup this year is going to look like. It's going to be different than last year, because last year when you came into Tea on the Train, your food was in a box. It wasn't very attractive that way, right? And we didn't have the 3-tiered trays, and there were teapots on the table. So at the proper high tea, you're served the tea from one of the waiters, right? So that's the way it's actually going to be on the train this year. There won't be teapots on the table. You'll be served the tea. It'll be nice and hot. The train will be nice and cool. The seats are movable, so people will have room for their costumes. And the food this year is actually going to be really cool. So, we have the menu listed on our website. There's going to be, lavender tea, cucumber sandwiches, some other sandwiches, some scones, some mini cheesecake, and lemon curd. So it's gonna be nice.
My diabetes.
That sounds great.
It's gonna be. I'm very excited. I'm like having a mini vacation plan. If you hadn't tuned in 2 weeks ago, we had the president and construction worker for the Lee Kempner House. They are basically rebuilding from the floor up this Victorian mansion that will be having afternoon stuff happen on Sunday.
Well, it's pretty much like, the Steampunk Festival is Saturday at the Railroad Museum, and then we have a second day filled with festival activities, but it's at the Lee Kempner Mansion. So we have it's 2 days of festival activities just in a different location. And the Lee Kempner House is so beautiful. We've this year we have it as a whole different, separate experience. You can go on the website and buy a ticket for the Lee Kipner Mansion stuff on Sunday, and that's going to be, that includes a tour of the mansion. There will be food included in that ticket price of $35. And we will have foods there, so you can have a cool picnic on the lawn.
So
Victorian,
very civilized,
all kinds of stuff.
like a garden party, if you will.
Yeah.
In the Victorian style. And I'm very excited because I got to book the Airbnb across the street.
What?
Surprise!
Oh,
Awesome.
nice. That's epic.
Yeah.
Look at you. Couldn't ask for a better gentleman adventurer to go adventuring with. Yes.
Oh, let's see. In the comments, I see Absinthe Asylum, the Steampunk Belly Dance troupe, has tuned in. Thank you for coming back. I think I saw your post last episode, but it's good to see you again. Laura Winslet is in the audience. Thank you for tuning in. Laura, she's been working on the Halloween costume book that she had a Kickstarter for some month ago. We had her on. She's awesome. And Lawrence is posting all the steampunk bands that he knows of in the state.
That's great. I'll need to know them because, for year 3 steampunk for 2025, I plan on making some large expansions. So we'll need more bands and more entertainment than ever before. So
There used to be some great bands here in Austin. I mean, it's Austin, right? But they were very like carnival punk, steampunk style. But when COVID hit and everybody packed it up and went home, they broke up. So now it's been hard for me to find, a good set of bands to follow around like a weirdo in town.
It's hard to be a groupie in this town at the moment for steampunk music.
Yeah, right?
Because at least you could go to like Dallas and hang out with Marquis of Vaudeville at their usual locations. But down here, it's, like you said, it's kind of dry at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and the Absinthe Asylum belly dance troupe will be performing at the Steampunk Festival. So I see them over there in the chat.
Perfect. Well, hello. We'll see you again soon.
Gosh, the Steampunk Festival will be here before we know it.
I know. It's... Wait, do we have one more video before then or not?
Yeah. Yeah, there's another month between now and then.
Is there?
March.
I got to sit down and like come up with a whole bunch of stuff and get the program ready because I'm thinking, right? So I'm thinking when we do the live thing, I'll have 2 cameras, and so. However, yeah, I don't know. I'm having to come up with all the logistics for figuring all this out, and you said we'll have sound on stage. So I don't have to worry about that, correct?
Yep, there will be sound and microphones already there. So
okay, never mind then. We're good there.
So, what has your week been like, Jack? Anything good?
Well, I just got back from Houston for 2 days.
Yeah, your company sent you up there. You must be important, right?
Sorry, say that one more time.
Your company set you up. You must be important.
Oh yeah, no, completely important. Completely important. Yeah, they sent me. I had to work on two or three clients, and it was just easier for me to just stay the night and go to the next site the next day after it. So it's like 2 to 3 hours at each site as best as I can. And yeah, no, I went to a fancy barbecue place, and it was good. And then had Luby's for breakfast.
Ooh,
and yeah. So
there's something about their macaroni and cheese there that's just so good.
Yeah, it's like it reminds me a lot of Furs, but it's like a nuanced difference. And so I like Furs Cafeteria. But,
I always thought of Furs and Luby's as being old people food.
It's considered.
And then recently I went back and
God.
found out it was really quite good and inexpensive. And I'm an old person now.
Dang it happened.
God, then get off my lawn.
Yeah.
Young kids.
It happens to the best of us.
Yep.
This week was my birthday, and I was really kind of feeling it.
I saw the tres leches cake you got. Did you enjoy that?
I did, yes. My coworker, just out of the blue, brought me a piece of cake. It was wonderful.
It's nice to feel loved.
Yes.
Tres leches cake is my favorite. So
it is hard to beat. I don't like. Honestly, it's probably one of the best of the cakes, and I'm more of a cookie fan. I like really big cookies, and so like it's weird. Like all my birthdays, my mom's always been like doing weird cookies, and I think it's just stuck. So I have to have weird cookies on my birthday, and yeah.
My wife has this recipe. It's called Jack Daniel's pie. But it's honestly, it's like a big chocolate chip cookie in a pie crust, elevated by a little bit of Jack Daniel's just to, accentuate the flavors. And it is amazing.
What do you mean by elevated? It's like in that much Jack Daniel's, right?
Like I think it's like
floating on it, like a cookie.
An ounce, maybe less. I don't know. Just enough to give it a kick. So, a flavor kick, not an alcohol kick.
Well, alcoholic cookies would be definitely interesting.
I'm surprised I've never seen those before.
Well, we have to go on a venture now.
Adventure now!
Speaking of adventure, what are we drinking?
Between the time you started your sentence and ended your sentence, someone already stole your idea, patented it, marketed it, and is a millionaire.
It's those.
But I still get the cookie.
Those overseas people. They're on it.
Speaking of alcohol.
Yeah. Let's do it. Jack, you're first in line.
Okay. So I got this thing. It was handed to me at the last convention we went to. And I found it in my bag going through my stuff today. And it's Professor Lazarus's Narcotic of Nerve Tonic. And it's obviously not what it actually is. It's just been glued around the bottle, which is really fun. I'm hoping it's vodka. I don't really know what it is. It's clear, and I haven't tried it yet.
If you say orange, I'm gonna laugh so hard.
It's definitely orange flavored vodka. You're right.
That is so funny. You'll see what.
Oh, that's good.
Facts.
That's not what I was expecting.
Well, this week my bosses have sent me to a training, today and tomorrow, on something that I have absolutely no prior knowledge about, and it's like information through a fire hose. So I'm really frazzled tonight, and I've grabbed the 903 Brewery Chupacabra that Lawrence bought me. Was that last fall when we went through there?
Oh, that is good.
And yes, barrel aged stout, aged on spiced rum, oak, cinnamon, nutmeg, brown sugar, coconut. I needed something a little beefier than usual, so that's what I'm going for tonight. Thank you very much, Lawrence, for this.
You have a slice of that 903.
You had your own bottle. You drank it.
I drank the whole cake. What are you talking about? That stuff was so thick.
Wow.
So
dark.
Yeah, let's see. To taste that.
Set this down. Oh yeah. It's very sweet. It's very high alcohol, which I think is why Lawrence bought it.
Not a bad reason.
At 13%. Yeah. And all of those, the rum is very forward. That coconut brown sugar. Yeah. Oh, it's so good.
Sounds delicious.
We need to make another trip to 903 this spring before it gets too hot. That is a good place to hang out.
Yes.
It's up in North Dallas.
So I got people we can go see and have a reason.
People.
Another reason. Huh? There's a couple people.
We love people.
I know. I haven't I haven't talked to Nadia in forever. She needs to be involved in this. Usually she comes out to Steampunk November with us, but she wasn't there last year. So we have to go adventure.
So Jack copied me, or I copied Jack, however you want to look at that. But I'm doing Deep Eddy's orange vodka.
Oh, so actually, I peeled the sign off. Oh, go on. No, go on.
No. That's it. That Deep Eddy's orange vodka and Coke.
Oh, orange. Oh, that would be good.
It's quite delicious.
That would be really good.
Actually, Jared's favorite. And I thought he was doing just a regular rum and Captain Morgan and Coke one day, and I tasted it, and it was like, this is orange. What's in there? The Deep Eddy's. It's quite tasty.
I will admit, I do like cherry Coke, and I found out that if you go to certain restaurants, they have that little like mixer machine. You can come up with
I love those things.
Yeah, and I'll admit the little flavors, like orange is one of those I've recently found that I love in everything. It's like lime is great. Citrus is fantastic. Actually, no, I peeled the label off because it tasted very uncanny, and I may have to go take some Benadryl because I'm allergic to peaches. Oh, and it's actually peaches.
Uh-oh.
And so, yeah, it's 99% proof. So it is not vodka. It is straight up moonshine, peach moonshine.
Ooh, Max, hurry, grab the EpiPen.
So
let's see.
I'm gonna wait a little bit and see. I'm gonna wait a little bit to see actually how much peach is existing in this stuff versus if it's just peach flavoring. But so yeah, I may have to run off and grab a Benadryl a little bit later, depending. So
yikes,
fun stuff.
So Destiny has joined us
on the show tonight.
So shout out to Destiny.
She was wonderful. She helped carry the banner for us for Mardi Gras when we were marching in the Mardi Gras parade.
Oh, cool. How did that go?
Oh my gosh, it was fantastic. I didn't realize we would go through the bead so fast, and that I probably needed to order like 10 times as more as I did. But it was fantastic. We also did the final day of Mardi Gras, the Fat Tuesday parade, and that was just wild and fun.
Awesome.
I want to go to one of those parties.
Yeah, you guys have to come down for Mardi Gras next year. I hope to eventually involve the community enough that we can have our own float. I know that we talked about this before. Some of those cool videos in the UK of all those apparatuses and cool different mechanical things they do at the steampunk festivals over there. I would love to have that for Galveston. We could have our own parade. We could do the Mardi Gras parades with those things and Dickens on the Strand. So I'm thinking I should be organizing some other small steampunk events throughout the year. Because my goal is to eventually have our own steampunk crew, have a steampunk float in the parades. And so we'll be having parties throughout the year to kind of fundraise for the floats and that kind of stuff. That's my goal. I'm working up to getting there.
Yeah, that would be very cool.
Do everything all at once at one time.
So yeah, you could definitely come up with a really nifty theme that's very unique to Galveston. Anything like a certain ship that was sunk that you've raised up again, or just you got a lot more than just West Texas. We had to get really, really ingenuitive with some of our stuff over there, our names and like airship designs and such, because we've tried to be very dust punk still, and it took some doing.
Yeah,
but like boats work over where you're at.
Yeah, fortunately, there's a lot of history here in Galveston, in particular with steam engines, steamboats. The museum, the Rosenberg Library here on the island, has quite a large photo selection from the 1600s and 1700s of steam-powered steamboats. And kind of, Galveston was built on that. Most of our coastal areas were built in they're going up and down the rivers in these steam-powered paddle boats. So, which, by the way, is one of our new experiences for 2024. Is surprise! It's one of the steamboat experiences that we're doing this year on the newly restored Bay Queen, which it used to be the River City Star, and they brought it from the northern United States down here, and so now it's going to live down here in Galveston. And during the Steampunk Festival will be one of the first opportunities everyone will have to be part of this newly renovated. It's no longer powered by steam, of course, but it'll be an experience where you'll get to coast along the bay for an hour and see historic sites in Galveston and Victorian history, talk about the old docks that used to be out there, and it'll be quite the experience. I'm very glad we connected with the people to make that a thing for this year.
Nice.
Very cool. Just getting more excited all the time. But since we were on the topic of Mardi Gras and New Orleans, and I needed to find something to talk about, have you guys heard of the intergalactic crew of Chewbacca's?
No.
Have you seen
No,
them?
I have not. Explain.
It is a New Orleans crew, which is like their local lingo for like club that is really active during their Mardi Gras carnival season, and they have parades and they do Mardi Gras things, but it's much more focused on geeky geek culture, Star Wars, hence Chewbacca's, Star Wars, Star Trek, all of the stuff put together, cosplayers and geeks in parades in New Orleans. And I've linked their Wikipedia page here, but there's just so much to read. I'm just going to pick one out here. 2013, the theme was Return of the Wookiee, and Peter Mayhew was made king of the parade.
There you go.
Emperor for life. They awarded him with.
Peter was a really great guy. He was really nice to me all the time, and his wife Angie, she's amazing too. Unfortunately, they're no longer with us, but they were amazing people.
Yeah,
I got to meet Peter a couple times at conventions, and every time we'd strike up a wonderful conversation. And of the people I've met, he's one of the more lovely people I've met.
I was there was this little convention up in Killeen at a little university up there, just back in the day, conventions were held at universities because the students were the ones who ran them, and the university would provide the space for next to nothing, and you could kind of pull off one of these things without having any money.
Yeah.
So I was at probably one of the last ones of these university conventions, and Peter Mayhew was a special guest, and I just kept thinking, why is somebody of that stature at this tiny little rinky-dink convention? But he was great. He was amazing, of course.
For the real genuine people like him, it's just about connecting with their fans. They don't care how big or small the convention is. They just want to provide that opportunity for them to connect with the fans. That's what it's all about.
Yeah, and it's I don't need to say there's just not that many big Hollywood stars or famous people who think like that. They only have a certain amount of time, and Hollywood is very focused on other things. So that's really something precious. Yeah. And Joe Gill has dropped in on us. Hi, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
She was on the show 2 weeks ago. If you weren't there,
yeah, if you missed
the
it,
Lee Kempner house, that was a good time. That was a good show 2 weeks ago. Yeah. So, Intergalactic Crew of Chewbacca's. I don't know if if you were to reach out to them, if there would be something that could connect them and the Galveston steampunk, New Orleans, Mardi Gras, all that. If there would be some
fun
symmetry there, something that could happen. But it is a very interesting group of people to be aware of.
I know of them. We kind of have a similar group here.
Oh, yeah?
Our Mardi Gras, of course. It being the second or third largest Mardi Gras celebration in the world. So it's quite a spectacle. I definitely encourage you guys to come and join me next year for Mardi Gras. And, I'm sure we'll be having the pirates join us again with their pirate ship float. So, come down right on the float with us and throw out some beads, steampunk beads to people.
Yeah, who are these pirates that were hanging with you? Where did you find these folks?
Scarlett, I was introduced to. Actually, she reached out to me, and she is involved with pirates over in Kemah, Texas. And she also has a nonprofit, an aviary, where she helps parrots and stuff. And I'm a sucker for any nonprofit that helps animals. And I wanted to, support her, and she wanted to support me. And I was like, come join us for Mardi Gras. And she really enhanced the whole experience. I had the Model T golf carts that I was riding in that. And then we had the pirate ship and our walkers behind us. And it was fun. The pirates also love steampunk. So they steampunked up all their pirate gear. And we all had a blast together. I'm sure we'll do that again next year. So you guys have to come join us in the fun.
Awesome. Will they happen to make an appearance at the Steampunk Festival?
Quite possibly.
Still some secrets. Okay. All right. I see how you are.
She may or may not have been connecting me with some pirate bands. So, something might come from that stuff. We'll see.
Ooh.
Awesome. That sounds
you're not recording, are you?
I mean, give us a minute. Absolutely not. No recording at all.
Yeah, I love Scarlett's amazing, and the pirates were amazing, and it was so much fun for them to join us and enhance our whole steampunk group there. We had a lot of fun, and we can't wait to do it again next year. I'm sure you'll be hearing more from Scarlett and I here soon. I know that the pirates are going to be. I just saw she posted today that the pirates will be in the downtown Houston St. Patrick's Day parade, which is another pretty large parade. So, catch their pages and like their stuff to follow their pirate shenanigans.
That's very right. Nice. St. Patrick's Day is coming up.
It is.
It is
the season.
We'll have to wear green.
What's that? March 17th? I'm just.
It'll be here before we know it.
Yeah. That's. And
then we're gonna forget. We're gonna get pinched at work. Put in an HR complaint.
Yeah, that's why we don't do that anymore.
But now that since Joe's joining us, if you didn't see that episode of the Lee Kempner Mansion, go back and watch that. But even more so, join us for the Sunday of the Steampunk Festival events on the 7th, April 7th. And over at the Lee Kempner, it's the orange vodka. Over at the Lee Kempner Mansion, we have a whole different ticketed experience for just $35. A portion of those proceeds go to support their nonprofit. And we'll be doing, tours of the mansion. We'll be doing the picnic. We have food and drinks included. We'll actually be doing the tea dueling over at the Lee Kempner Mansion. Instead of doing the tea dueling at the festival, we'll be doing it on Sunday over at the Lee Kempner Mansion. So we'll have some Victorian parlor games, Victorian lawn games, steampunk fortune teller, magician. We'll even be doing a poetry slam and a craft area where you can make it and take it, as Joe likes to say. A lot of stuff happening that Sunday. It's like I said, it's like a whole second festival over there.
And do you buy those tickets at the Lee Kempner House website or at the Galveston Steampunk Festival website?
Galveston Steampunk Festival website. I highly encourage everyone to buy them online because ticket sales will go offline pretty close to the festival, especially with our experiences, right? Like the tea on the train, I need to know how many people are going to be there for the food, logistics, and all that kind of stuff. So our experience tickets you'll not be able to purchase those at the door the day of the festival. And tickets online are just $35, but if you wait to buy your tickets at the festival, it's $40. So you can save money by buying the tickets online. But for the experiences like the paddle boat, the steamboat experience, the tea on the train, those things need to be purchased in advance. We won't be selling those tickets at the festival.
And to be honest, those are going to be sold out by then anyway.
Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm pretty sure. I've been working on the schedule, of course, and the logistics of maybe adding a third tea on the train session. The Model T cars, the 8-seaters are all gone, and there's only a couple of 5-seaters left. So just like last year about this time, those experiences started selling out. So if you want to be part of the tea on the train or the steamboat experience, you definitely want to grab those sooner than later.
Nice.
Yeah. Let's see. And that's galvestonsteampunk.com, if I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
All right. 5 passes.
One thing I don't think we've talked about, which is a new ticket and a new kind of thing we're doing this year, is we've partnered with Create a Moment Photography, and they are doing professional photo op sessions. Because one of the things I noticed is 90% of the people that came to the Steampunk Festival were in costumes, and they were amazing, right? Mm-hmm. And there were a lot of husband and wife couples, and boyfriend, girlfriend. There were a lot of couples. Mm-hmm. And so I wanted to create a professional photography session where those attendees in these amazing costumes could have a professional photographer shoot them on site in front of one of the steam engine trains. So one of our new things we're doing this year is offering those professional photography sessions, and there's a link on our website with more information. It includes 2 people, and you can, like, all the details are on our website at galvestonsteampunk.com. So that's another new thing for this year.
Awesome. Fantastic. Let me see. Okay. Lee Kempner mentioned experience. Okay. I'm taking it all in.
And then another thing I think I forgot to mention is one of our new sponsors that just came on was Pirates, Legend of the Gulf Coast. This kind of ties into all the pirate stuff I've been, getting next to, is Scarlet partnering, the pirate ship coming to join us. Pirates, Legend of the Gulf Coast is a sponsor for our Steampunk Festival. So every single person that buys a ticket to the Steampunk Festival gets free admission to the Pirate Museum and the Pirate Experience over at Pirates Legend of the Gulf Coast, which is just a couple of blocks down from the Railroad Museum. You walk out that front door, walk 2 blocks down the road right at Singerfest Park. You'll be able to go into the Pirate Museum, which is really cool. They have a scavenger hunt kind of thing in there that Jared and I did and really enjoyed at one of the Chamber of Commerce events. So, everybody that buys a ticket to the Steampunk Festival gets a free admission to Pirates Legend of the Gulf Coast.
This looks a lot like a kid-friendly pirate display. I saw it down in where were we? Barbados. We were just walking the streets, and there was this pirate museum, and we went in, and it was so fun. And it looks a lot like just what I'm seeing on the website. A lot of props, a lot of things you can touch and see. It full size dioramas, if you will, is what I saw.
Pirate replica gun. You know, there's guns, there's historical artifacts there. You walk around and you can see all these different historical things. They have a pirate ship inside of that building. Built into the building. It's quite awesome. So
it's a lot of fun. You don't have to like put your learning hat on. it just sort of happens while you're not paying attention. You're just taking it all in. It is so fun. That's cool. That is added value, man.
Absolutely. And I'm glad to have them as a sponsor and supporting the Steampunk Festival. It's a great experience right there on the Strand that everybody will get to partake in. So again, like you just said, it's an added value to the 2024 Steampunk Festival.
Wow. There's going to be steampunks all over that island.
You know, there were last year. I mean, the steampunks just spilled out all over the Strand and Post Office and Market Street and visited the local establishments. We have a lot of great stores here on the Strand, and a couple of little chocolate factories, which is, you know, I'm a little biased, but I have to say I love chocolate. So yeah, we have a little bit of everything out here in Galveston and a plethora of delicious restaurants, right? Of course, there's fast food chains out here, but why go to the fast food chains when there's so many delicious restaurants to go here in Galveston?
For sure. I mean, the fresh seafood is to
unparalleled.
Stop for sure. Jack, you hungry?
I'm very hungry. I love seafood.
Are you swelling up? Are you feeling okay?
I'm okay. I don't think there's really, honestly, that much peach in this.
Are you turning into a peach? Do we need to call for medical assistance?
Do you need to be juiced?
I don't think I'm fuzzy enough yet.
We'll see. Bring out the Oompa Loompas.
I don't think I'm turning purple, peach, whatever color. I don't feel like a fruit yet. I think we're good. Now a nut, sure.
Jack, did you bring anything for story time, show and tell? Anything good like that?
I'm myself back from the big town of Houston to be here tonight.
Well, shucks, I wish I would have known. I think you may have told me, but I could have drove up to Houston.
Next time, if I'm staying overnight, I'll hit you up and see what we
throw some peaches at you or something.
Oh yeah, that's been my night right there.
I did not know you had an allergy. It's
late onset. I mean, you want story time with Jack on peaches? Here we go. Back when Lex and I were dating, we were about to go to a goth bar in El Paso. And she's up there getting all ready, and I'm looking in her kitchen, and she's got this peach that's like this big. I'm going to eat one of these. This is awesome. Because they were from the Valley, and it was like late August, early September. So it's like the perfect time for them. And I bit into this thing, and it just was all over the place. It was freaking awesome. Well, about 5 to 10 minutes later, I'm like, my throat's still itchy. And then that weird like swelling of your lips thing, and then my lips started splitting, and then I was like Hitch. It was a very bad night, and I'm sitting here trying to literally suck down Kid Benadryl, the liquid, just sipping it down. I got like 2 or 3 bottles in me, and then we watched. We watched like 2 movies. One was that Simon Pegg movie where he's playing the alien, and The Big Lebowski. And so I have these weird fever dreams about these movies. I was in and out of like all sorts of consciousness and weird. So that I figured that out. Then I worked in the oil field and was out in the middle of nowhere, and they're opening up this new facility. And so lo and behold, obviously it's what you do. And when we do that in the oil field, you have barbecue. And when you have with barbecue, you have cobbler. That's just Texan.
Uh-oh.
Well, so here I am doing the same thing in the back of an F-150 Raptor in the middle of Reeves, Texas, in the middle of nowhere. in the hill country, or like West Texas, out in the wingy bit, and trying not to go into anaphylactic shock or anything like that, trying to breathe. And as my friend is like, do I need to call in the Aero Care or whatever? I'm like, no, just drive. It's air conditioned in here. I'm fine. I just got to like chill for a couple hours. I'm sorry I can't help you do the work. But yeah, after that, I keep Benadryl on me all the time. So yay.
Wow.
It's amazing what has peaches in it. Yeah. Well, Lex is allergic to pineapple. So we figured out if we ever needed to have like a dual suicide, because when you're together, this is the things you talk about. We have found what was it? It was a habanero pineapple peach salsa. We decided that would be the way to go right there.
Suicide by salsa.
Suicide by salsa. Things just that around talking about.
The old Pace Picante sauce commercials.
New York City.
New York City. Yeah. Peaches and pineapples.
So yeah, that's my claim to nearly dying. I pick on her every now and then. I'm like, you still tried to kill me.
She just wanted to see if you a survivor.
Yep. Well, I've survived this long so far. It's like, I see the ninjas have failed.
Either we drop him now or he's a keeper.
Yep. Well, he passed this test. I guess we keep going. Oh.
Hey, in movie news, have either of you seen the Poor Things that was just nominated for an Oscar? I haven't either, but I want to. It's on my list. It looks very weird. A reimagined Frankenstein story. And it's got the Victorian shtick going.
I'm really anticipating Frostpunk 2.
Yeah.
I loved Frostpunk so much, the first one. I think the second one's going to be about oil and still have the generator in the middle and stuff. I'm really looking forward to that.
So for those of you who have not played Frostpunk, it is a Last of Us, last city on Earth, as it's basically turning into snowball Earth due to global warming, essentially. And so there are huddled around the last thermal vent, essentially boiler of the town, and you have to balance resources and some really interesting decisions economically and politically and socially to deal with issues that are going on that might tilt the balance of what's going on in your city to fail. It is a very interesting puzzle game that I guess it's not really a puzzle game, but a survival strategy game for management of a city.
I found it to be very enjoyable and challenging at the same time.
Yeah. I play a lot of RimWorld, which has a slightly different connotation or different angle on things. You still have to do a lot of balancing because you can starve to death and get shot. Essentially, it's like being a small colony out in like the Serenity world. You're just colony out in the middle of nowhere. Things can happen to you. All sorts of things. Nice storyteller. And but Frostpunk 2 looks fantastic. I'm very happy with that developer. I would throw more money at them if I could.
Maybe one day we can get them to come to the Steampunk Festival and do a panel.
That's an interesting idea because I don't know where they're based out of.
Probably in the European Union somewhere. In
that case, yeah, they do seem like they would be more Swiss Alps kind of people, or Norwegian.
Yeah.
But I'm actually amazed at how many game developers are here in Austin.
Yeah. There's a lot of game developers here in Texas, because I do the Galveston Esports Summit.
Yeah.
We take up the whole convention center. We used to do it every August, but we're actually bumping it up to July. And I've become quite familiar with a lot of the game developers out here, the indie game developers and the gaming company that are out here. And there's a lot of stuff happening in Austin.
Interesting. Oh, Lawrence asks a question here. He says, any new clothing/jewelry vendors this year?
Oh, yes. Yeah, there's this dragon scale lady. I'll have to share this later, but there's I was looking on her website. She makes these like dragon scales, like you could see like making the eggs from Game of Thrones or whatever, but it's adapted to make metal armor out of. Like chainmail metal armor, and on each scale is like laser etched these steampunk cogs. And I thought that was really awesome. So yeah, we've got a great selection of vendors. Some of the vendors from last year come back. We've got some new vendors, and for year 3, I'm working on expansion plans. That way, we have more room for more vendors, more excitement, more entertainment. So I'm already working on 2025, and
dang,
yeah. Hey, that's the life of an event producer. So,
love it. So is the beard oil guy going to be back?
You know what?
I got to buy me some more beard oil from him. I'm out.
I think he is coming back, and I think Pop Soap is also coming back as well.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Gotta stay clean. It's gonna be a little humid there.
You know what? I am addicted to the shower steamers Pop Soap has, especially since I have like allergy stuff all the time. The water hits them and they like bubble up, and it releases the eucalyptus and everything in the shower, and the shower steam, it just like clears your sinuses and makes your skin feel amazing. I'm really addicted to Pop Soap shower steamers.
All right, I'm gonna try one now. I'm gonna have to go find these people. I'm gonna have to make sure that we try it, and I'll give a report back here on what I find.
Yeah.
It's a good soap.
It's a damn good soap.
So I actually have something here. I saved on my desktop, knowing that I would need this. The day would come, and let's see if I can share it. So apparently, there's a place running around town or wherever this is, and they put these cool placards up. No, not slides. I want to present my screen. Here we go. And it's just kind of interesting little, like basically these plaques that are just pasted all over town. This one says, "The Ministry of Steampunk. Emmett Brown, inventor of the flux capacitor, lived here. Imagine, create, share." And of course, obviously it's not true. He didn't live in this building, but some of these get really kind of creative, like H.G. Wells, inventor of the time machine, was here briefly at 1866, 1978, 1936. So these would be kind of cool to just set up and have a bunch of these running around all over the place. And so, like Joseph Polinsky, theoretical physicist and string theorist, brought his string here between 1954 and 2018. So it's... Some of these are dumb. I really like this one. T. Rex Lancaster, time-traveling dinosaur dentist, pulled his first teeth here in 1807. You know,
Love it.
So this got me thinking that I don't know how big these are. I mean, it's like probably like the size of a dinner plate. It would not be hard to make these and just have a bunch of these running around. You can almost make up frisbees even, and that'd be fun. But we got like Schrodinger's cat. Lived or didn't live here.
That's good. I like that.
The illicit market. It has never taken place here, and it will never will, because it never happens. That's one I would just need to have on me at all times, just take it up places. That would be fun. The inventor of the TARDIS visited this site in 1935, 2007, and 2009. So I'm assuming you could also do this with people who came to who came to conventions or something like that too. You could have them done up a placard. But I don't know. I thought it was a really cool little.
I love that. I love that. We should do something like that here in Galveston. It'd be fun to get the local businesses involved in having something like that. Maybe we could even turn it to where each one has a QR code on it. That way you scan all of them, and it does something special, takes you to a website, get more interactive, maybe have a prize involved or something. I think that would be really cool to do.
it would be really cool to do this. You could do some sort of like a treasure hunt this way with the QR code, or you could set it up to, or with the fact that have businesses around town who sponsored these. You can have these deployed all over, and people have to go find them. Stuff like that.
Yeah, Lawrence and Rita were talking about an event did something like that, and there was a prize for finding them all. You know, anything I can do to involve the local businesses here in Galveston.
Yes.
I mean, we all benefit from that, right? So that's definitely something. I love that. It's cute.
I'm glad I could bring it to you. I thought it was hilarious. I was reading. I'm like, all right, I got to make some of these myself.
I'll tell you what. I'll get some made. We'll do some fun stuff with those.
Sweet. I'll send you the link to these so you have a reminder.
Yeah, I just took a screenshot of it and
okay,
put it in Photoshop. But if you have a link to send me, send me a link.
Oh, yeah.
Tell it to me.
Right. Will do.
I'll add that to my list of things to do.
Like you needed more, man. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. I love it. I love staying busy.
Oh,
got it. I just got it. Awesome. Thanks.
You're welcome.
We're getting close to the hour here.
We are. Flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to check our comments here. Warlord of Art says, "Good day, mates." I think he's tuning in through YouTube, which is cool. Most of the folks I see comments from are from Facebook.
Yeah, we got a
wherever
YouTuber.
you are. That's awesome. And yeah, okay. So I haven't missed any. Cool. Yeah. I guess because we're coming up on the hour, is there anything we need to hit on before we go?
I think we hit on everything. I'm just excited to have you two. Yeah, there we go. You two. And Blue Stocking, on stage as the Texas Steampunk, network.
We're excited too.
Oh yeah,
by excited I mean scared as hell.
Your audience will just be live. It'll be a different vibe for you. But I'm you guys have done so much to help promote me, and you came to my first festival. You treated me so nicely. Even there were a couple hiccups with the tea on the train, but you guys, we communicated properly like real human beings, and I fell in love with all of you. So of course I'm gonna slap you on the main stage in front of everybody so that more people
can show us love. It's painful love.
I want more people to know who you guys are and what you do, because the three of you have, as a group, promoting steampunk. I just love the chemistry between all of you. So it's the least I can do to give you the platform that I've created there to let more people know about you guys, so that we can get more people addicted to watching you and tuning in to see what crazy beer you're gonna have.
I know, right? We're gonna have to structure the show a little bit more.
Yeah. Thank you so much for saying that. Lori Hernandez Swain asks, is the theme for this year is a steampunk pirate-ish theme? I think that's probably true every year.
Well, yeah, it is true every year. There's a lot of steampunk pirates that have joined us, and I have a feeling that there's going to be even more this year with the pirates joining us for Mardi Gras. We'll have the Pirates Legends of the Gulf Coast joining us. And I would love to do some pirate-themed D&D campaigns as well. So I'm looking to connect with a gamer company here soon that can do some D&D campaigns like we did last year. Last year we had the Vampire Tours and the Vampire D&D campaign. So I think it'd be pretty cool to have a pirate themed, some kind of D&D campaign to go along with all the pirate stuff we're doing this year. And there will be more pirate stuff to come.
I didn't know there was a D&D campaign associated with the festival last year.
Yeah, we had a company called Gamers Inner Circle. It was actually inside in the train depot. When you walked in the front door, it was to the right. He had some really cool dice sets for sale. He was selling stuff as well. And he was one of those vendors that was like, hey, this, I've sold more in the first 2 hours of this show than I usually have in a 3-day Comic-Con. So I want to come back. Ooh, excuse me.
That is good to hear. That is really good. When your vendors are happy, everybody's happy.
It makes all the difference.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Awesome. That's fantastic. I'm so excited.
I am too. It'll be fun. I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. Well, I can't wait to see you guys there. We're going to have a really fun 2024, and I'll be looking forward to spending more time with you guys. You know, now that I've got the wheels moving in this festival, I won't have to keep tabs necessarily on everything at every second. I'll have a little bit more free time to hang out with you guys and drink with you guys. And, you know, I'll join you on stage, let you guys interview me for a couple of seconds, and we'll all just have a really fun 20.
Lasso you up there. I'll tie you down. Enjoy your festival. And then let you go.
Let me take a minute or two here to talk about our patrons. We are on Patreon, and if you'd like to join us there and help us out by maybe buying us a beer, we'd really appreciate it. The Texas Steampunk Connection is supported in part by J.R. Seeger's A School for the Great Game, wherein an Edwardian teen resents being sent to a finishing school in India, which happens to be the British India School for Spies, teaching the family business of espionage, martial arts, and the Tibetan mystic arts. A School for the Great Game is the first in the Steampunk Raj series, available on Amazon. Thank you, Mr. Seeger, for sponsoring us. We also are supported by Fair Treasures. Fair Treasures has a selection of Texas-made female-presenting costumes and accessories for steampunk and Renaissance wear, and one-of-a-kind imported jewelry. You can shop Fair Treasures at fairtreasures.com, fair spelled with an E, or on Etsy. Kitty and Fair Treasures have been a longtime sponsor. We appreciate them. And they'd probably be at the festival in April, except for the Renaissance Fair season, which they are completely committed to. Which kills us. Our patrons, I want to thank Jenny and Ryan Shaver for buying us a beer, and the certified aeronaut, Natalie McTavish, as well as a generous grant from the crew of the Airship Aberfeldy, Rita and Lawrence Allen, who are in our audience as we speak.
Love that.
Thank you guys, all of you, for helping us stay online and paying the bills and all that stuff. We want to thank you, Johnny Steverson, Johnny Starship, if you will, for joining us again tonight and talking about the show that's about to happen. I'm so excited.
Thank y'all for having me.
We'll be seeing everybody there. And yeah, that's it for the evening. We'll be back in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful night. Jack, anything else?
Mind your gauges.
Mind your gauges.
So, once again, thank you for listening. You can find us again on Facebook at Texas Steampunk Connection for any comments, questions, suggestions. If you know of something happening steampunk that's happening soon, we can put it on our calendar, on our Patreon, as well as the list of over 100 comics and graphic novels, steampunk and Weird West related.
You can also email us at texassteampunkconnection@gmail.com. And we're a streaming podcast, texassteampunkconnection.podbean.com.
And if you lose it on Facebook and you want to watch a rerun of this show at any point in time on YouTube, you can go find them on Steam Chest.
And although we've made many, many jokes about Twitter, you can look for us at TX Steam Connect 1 on Twitter.
I never use it. I never look at it. I don't know. I don't understand Twitter. Yeah, so yeah, once again, thank you very much. And until next time, mind your gauges.
Mind your gauges.